What if the cure to your high blood pressure, brain fog, and constant fatigue wasn't locked behind a pharmacy counter, but sitting quietly in your kitchen, disguised as a humble vegetable? Sounds outrageous, right? That's exactly what they want you to think. The truth is, beetroot might just be the most powerful natural remedy you've never been told about because it can't be patented, bottled, or turned into a billion-dollar pill. While the pharmaceutical industry floods the market with synthetic fixes, beetroot has been scientifically shown to lower blood pressure, support liver health, boost brain function, and even enhance athletic performance. And yet, doctors rarely mention it. Why? Because there's no profit in a root you can grow in your backyard or buy for spare change at the market. That's the uncomfortable truth. Non-patentable foods like this are often ignored, not because they don't work, but because they work too well. In this video, you'll discover what beetroot really does to your body, how to use it as a home remedy, and why it might be the key to the energy, clarity, and longevity you've been chasing. And no, this isn't another health fad. This is ancient wisdom backed by science, and it's time you heard the full story. So stick with me, because what you're about to learn may change the way you look at your health forever. Hidden natural medicine. There's a reason why your grandparents probably trusted their garden more than their pharmacy. And beetroot? It's one of nature's best-kept secrets, quietly sitting in the produce aisle, while offering what many expensive prescriptions promise, but without the side effects. This humble root, often dismissed as just another salad ingredient, has long been used in traditional cultures as a natural remedy. It's packed with healing potential, supporting everything from cardiovascular health to detoxification. Yet here we are, in a world flooded with pills, where few doctors ever mention beetroot unless you bring it up yourself. The irony? Beetroot has something the pharmaceutical world doesn't want you thinking about. It's a non-patentable food. That's right, no one can slap a patent on a vegetable you can grow in your own backyard. And if you can't patent it, you can't monopolize it. No profit, no promotion. The pharmaceutical industry is built on products they can brand, mark up, and sell repeatedly. So, naturally, something as accessible and potent as beetroot gets pushed to the sidelines. Meanwhile, its high levels of nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, quietly work in the background to boost blood flow, lower blood pressure, and even support brain function. Still, it's not about choosing sides. It's about reclaiming what works. While modern medicine absolutely has its place, we've drifted far from the simple truths of holistic health. Beetroot is rich in betalains, a type of antioxidant that gives it its deep color and helps fight inflammation. It's nature's multitasker, the kind of home remedy your body actually knows what to do with. And the best part? You can start benefiting from it without changing your entire routine. Just a small shift, like adding beetroot to your meals or blending it into a juice recipe, could unlock benefits you never imagined possible. Why it's overlooked by doctors. Now, let's be honest. When was the last time your doctor said, "Have you tried beetroot?" Probably never, right? And it's not because they're bad professionals. Many are simply trained within a system that prioritizes treatments you can prescribe, sell, and profit from. Beetroot, for all its incredible benefits, doesn't come with a barcode that fuels billion-dollar pipelines. It's a natural remedy, which means it exists outside the traditional business model of modern healthcare. And because it's not something you can brand and bottle in a lab, it often slips through the cracks of conventional medical advice. Think about it. Synthetic drugs can be patented, marketed, and sold for decades. Every refill, every prescription becomes a stream of revenue. But non-patentable foods like beetroot, they're one-time purchases, sometimes even free if you grow them. That's not a sustainable model for the pharmaceutical industry. So instead of encouraging patients to add this powerhouse vegetable to their routine, the system favors chemical solutions that keep the money flowing. The result? We treat symptoms while ignoring the root, pun fully intended. And ironically, that root could be the very key to improving immune system strength, liver health, and long-term cardiovascular health. It's not about demonizing doctors, but about recognizing how business influences science. If something as simple and effective as beetroot became widely used, imagine the drop in demand for common medications, blood pressure pills, circulation enhancers, even some supplements. The very structure of the health industry would shift. That's the silent power of holistic health. It works with your body, not against it, and it doesn't rely on synthetic fixes. So the next time someone dismisses beetroot as just another veggie, you'll know there's more to the story. And speaking of what's really inside this vibrant root, nutrient-rich superfood. Most people don't realize just how loaded beetroot really is. We're talking about a nutrient profile so rich it could outshine some multivitamins. This root brings together a powerful combination of vitamin C, iron, nitrates, betalains, antioxidants, and fiber, all in one small, earthy package. Now, imagine the health benefits when you start treating it not as a side dish, but as a daily ally. You're not just boosting your immune system or improving your skin. You're giving your entire body a deep, natural recharge. Let's take iron, for instance. Many older adults, especially women, struggle with fatigue, weakness, or even shortness of breath, often due to low iron. Beetroot can help with that. And when combined with vitamin C, which it also contains, iron absorption goes through the roof. That means more energy, better oxygen transport, and less of that midday crash. Then there are the antioxidants, which combat oxidative stress, the kind that wears your body down quietly over time, affecting everything from brain function to digestion. All of this packed into something you can slice, juice, or roast in your own kitchen. And let's not forget how beetroot helps regulate blood sugar. Its high fiber content slows down the absorption of sugars in the gut, making it a surprisingly good companion for people managing insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. Pair that with its detoxification power, especially when consumed raw or in a fresh juice recipe, and you've got yourself a true superfood. It's a quiet warrior in the world of nutrition, often overlooked because it's too humble to brag. But once you understand what it's capable of, you'll never look at that ruby red root the same way again. And the real magic? It's what it does for your heart and brain. Cardiovascular and cognitive boost. Here's where beetroot starts flexing its muscles, literally. What makes it a game changer for cardiovascular health and the brain isn't just the nutrients, but the way those nutrients interact with your body. The natural nitrates found in beetroot convert into nitric oxide, a molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and widen. The result? Better blood flow, reduced blood pressure, and a heart that doesn't have to work overtime just to keep things moving. That's why so many experts quietly recommend it for heart patients, just not always out loud. But it doesn't stop at the heart. Your brain, believe it or not, thrives on that same improved circulation. As we age, one of the biggest threats to cognitive function is poor blood flow to key areas of the brain. That foggy memory, that occasional disorientation, it's often linked to restricted circulation. Beetroot helps reverse that trend. In fact, studies have shown that just one serving of beetroot juice can increase blood flow to the frontal lobes, the region responsible for decision-making, focus, and sharp thinking. So if you're worried about dementia or just want to stay mentally sharp, adding beetroot to your routine isn't just smart, it's essential. Real talk, you don't need to wait for a diagnosis to take action. A simple habit, like drinking a glass of beetroot juice a few times a week, could be your best preventative medicine. And if juice isn't your thing, beetroot powder or roasted beetroot in meals works wonders too. This isn't some trendy health hack. It's real, science-backed, and powerfully effective. And as if that weren't enough, there's another side to this story that athletes and active folks have known for years. Athletic and energy enhancer. Ask any endurance athlete who's in the know, and they'll tell you, beetroot is their secret weapon. It's not some flashy supplement with a long commercial. It's just science doing its quiet magic. Thanks to those naturally occurring nitrates, beetroot helps your body produce more nitric oxide, which expands blood vessels and improves oxygen delivery to your muscles. That means less fatigue, more stamina, and quicker recovery. No wonder elite cyclists and runners often drink beetroot juice before a race. It's not just a health food, it's a natural performance fuel. But you don't need to be training for a marathon to benefit. Even everyday movement, like walking your dog, playing with your grandkids, or tackling a busy day, feels easier when your body uses oxygen more efficiently. That's where beetroot really shines. It supports athletic performance at any age by helping you feel more energized and resilient. People over 50 who start incorporating beetroot into their diets often report feeling lighter on their feet and more mentally alert. It's like rediscovering energy you thought you'd lost for good. Want to try it yourself? Blend a pre-workout juice recipe with beetroot, apple, ginger, and a squeeze of lemon. Drink it 60 minutes before physical activity, and you'll likely notice a difference. No synthetic stimulants, no jittery side effects, just real, plant-powered endurance. That's the kind of edge the pharmaceutical industry can't replicate in a pill. And what's more impressive, beetroot doesn't just fire up your muscles. It nourishes your brain and protects your liver at the same time. Brain and liver support. Now, if there's one thing most people overlook until it's too late, it's liver health. This organ is your body's silent guardian, filtering toxins, processing nutrients, and regulating everything from cholesterol to hormones. And guess what? Beetroot is one of the best foods to show your liver a little love. Its deep color isn't just pretty. It's the mark of betalains, powerful antioxidants that help the liver break down and eliminate harmful substances. Combined with fiber and natural compounds that support detoxification, beetroot is like a tune-up for your internal engine. But that's not where the story ends. The brain also reaps serious benefits from beetroot's nutrient profile. We're talking about increased blood flow to brain regions involved in memory and executive function, especially vital as we age. In fact, consistent consumption of beetroot has been linked to improved cognitive performance, reduced risk of dementia, and sharper mental clarity. One easy habit to support this? A mid-morning beetroot juice with a pinch of turmeric and a slice of orange for extra vitamin C and anti-inflammatory power. It's simple, refreshing, and your neurons will thank you. And here's a fun fact. Beetroot may also enhance your mood. Some research suggests its ability to boost nitric oxide levels and improve oxygen delivery may support emotional balance and reduce fatigue-induced irritability. So not only are you feeding your body, you're fueling your mind and emotions too. And yet, despite all these benefits, you'll rarely hear about beetroot on TV ads or doctor's visits. Why? Well, when nature offers this much power for pennies, the pharmaceutical industry sees a threat instead of an opportunity. Pharma versus nature. Let's address the elephant in the room. Why isn't beetroot everywhere? Why don't more people know about its ability to lower blood pressure, detox the liver, enhance brain function, and support the immune system, all without side effects? Simple. There's no big money in vegetables. The pharmaceutical industry runs on a model where profit is tied to control. Control over patents, production, and prescriptions. But non-patentable foods like beetroot, you can grow it, juice it, cook it, or eat it raw, and no one's making billions off that. So instead of marketing natural solutions, the industry often pours its resources into synthetic versions, lab-created copies that can be sold at a premium. But here's the catch. They often isolate just one compound, ignoring the complex synergy found in whole foods. Beetroot, for example, doesn't just contain nitrates. It has a powerful team of nutrients, vitamin C, iron, betalains, and fiber, that work together to protect your body. That's something a pill can't duplicate. Yet this truth is inconvenient for those who profit off ongoing treatment instead of prevention. It's not about becoming anti-medicine. It's about becoming pro-wisdom. Nature has provided some of the most effective tools for healing, many of which have been buried under decades of marketing, lobbying, and misinformation. Holistic health doesn't reject science. It just reminds us to look at the full picture. And that picture includes foods like beetroot, which are effective, accessible, and affordable. So, instead of waiting for permission from an ad campaign, why not start exploring how to actually include it in your daily life? How to include beetroot in your diet. The best part about beetroot? You don't need to be a gourmet chef or a health nut to make it work. It's incredibly versatile and surprisingly tasty once you find the style that suits you. Start simple. Toss some grated beetroot into your salad with a splash of lemon and olive oil. The vitamin C from the lemon helps your body absorb the iron in the beetroot more effectively. Add a handful of sunflower seeds and boom, you just build a natural remedy disguised as a delicious lunch. Prefer something warm? Try roasting beetroot with garlic and rosemary. The heat brings out its natural sweetness, and you can pair it with just about anything: quinoa, grilled fish, or even a veggie bowl. For a more traditional touch, explore beetroot soup like borscht. Originating from Eastern Europe, it's a hearty dish loaded with flavor and history, perfect for cooler days. Or if you're feeling adventurous, you can even mash beetroot into veggie burgers or blend it into hummus for a colorful and antioxidant-rich dip. Practical, nutritious, and a great way to sneak in those better lanes. Not a fan of chewing your veggies? Drink them. A simple juice recipe with beetroot, carrot, apple, and a thumb of ginger can be your new morning ritual. It's refreshing, energizing, and perfect on an empty stomach to kickstart your detoxification process. You can even freeze it in small portions and sip it cold throughout the week. The key is consistency. Find what works for your routine and taste. Once it becomes a habit, you'll start noticing changes you didn't expect. And speaking of juice, there's a specific blend that people swear by: homemade natural remedy recipe. If you're looking for one of the simplest ways to unlock beetroot's full potential, this juice is it. Just take one medium-sized beetroot, half a lemon, peeled, and a small piece of fresh ginger. Add a cup of water and blend until smooth. That's it. No complicated steps, no overpriced ingredients. What you've just made is a powerful natural remedy packed with antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds, and liver-cleansing agents. Drink this mix on an empty stomach, ideally 3 times a week, and within a few weeks, you may start noticing real changes, especially in your energy, digestion, and mood. Why this combo? The beetroot brings in those potent nitrates and betalains, which help improve blood pressure and support detoxification. The lemon adds a boost of vitamin C, enhancing your immune response and making the iron in beetroot more bioavailable. And the ginger? It calms inflammation and promotes digestion like no other. Together, they form a trifecta that fuels your body from the inside out. Think of it as your own personalized health tonic, one that the pharmaceutical industry can't slap a label on or hide behind a paywall. Stick with it for at least 4 weeks. That's the sweet spot where many people report clearer skin, better sleep, more energy, and even reduced sugar cravings. Just remember, fresh is best. Don't buy the bottled versions. Make it yourself. It's cheaper, cleaner, and gives you full control. You can even toss in a few mint leaves or swap the ginger for turmeric to mix things up. This isn't just a drink, it's a habit, and it's backed by science too. Scientific support and results. Now let's back up all this practical wisdom with some serious science. This isn't folklore. We're talking peer-reviewed, data-backed research that's been quietly confirming beetroot's benefits for years. A study published in the Journal of Hypertension found that drinking beetroot juice daily significantly lowered blood pressure in adults with hypertension. That's right, no pills, no side effects, just a glass of juice from a root you can grow at home. Yet how often is this study mentioned in your doctor's office? The benefits don't stop there. The Journal of Applied Physiology reported that beetroot consumption improved oxygen efficiency and extended time to exhaustion in athletes, proof of its role in enhancing athletic performance. And in clinical gastroenterology and hepatology, beetroot showed promise in supporting liver health and reducing markers of inflammation. We're not talking about fringe science here. These are respected publications, just not the ones sponsored by the pharmaceutical industry, which rarely champions a non-patentable food that could replace expensive treatments. Let's not pretend all studies are perfect or that beetroot is a magic bullet. But when a food supports your immune system, your brain, your heart, and your energy levels, and it's affordable and accessible, that's worth paying attention to, especially when even a 3 times a week routine, like the one used in many studies, shows measurable results. But you don't need a lab coat to test this. Try it yourself. Take notes. Feel the difference. And if you're still unsure, just ask yourself this. If the results are so promising, why isn't everyone talking about it? So now you know, This vibrant little root is more than just a salad topping. It's a quiet powerhouse that supports your immune system, your heart, your brain, and even your energy levels. But here's the real question. Will you actually start using it? Will you try that juice recipe 3 times a week? Will you sneak it into your lunch or roast it with dinner instead of reaching for yet another pill? Because let's be honest, we're living in a time where we're over-medicated, undernourished, and bombarded by industries that profit from our illness, not our wellness. What if just one change, one simple home remedy, could help you reclaim the clarity, strength, and vitality you've been missing? Isn't that worth trying? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever used beetroot for your health? Or is this the first time you're hearing the real story behind it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and your results if you give it a shot. And if this video helped you open your eyes to something new, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. There's a lot more we're uncovering, things that could change your life naturally.